Greg is late. So let's watch a Greg's Gadget video because as soon as he gets here, he's going to hate this. So I think it's funny, which means we're going to do it. Let's see. Do I move this over to this screen? Yes, I moved over to this screen. Cheryl, let's watch this latest video from Greg.
Ah, you didn't see me down there. Yes, I was there the whole time. And yes, this is the M2 MacBook Air desk setup. I recently moved into a new studio and I finally got my desk setup to a point where I'm pretty happy with it. I would still say it's like the beta version of my desk setup, still planning a lot of other things to add in the future. But I figured now would be a good time to show you my desk setup and show you a desk setup with the new M2 MacBook Air. Now, before we go into all that though, there's a really important thing you gotta do when you're building your desk setup, and that's powering it. And thankfully, we're powering this entire desk setup with Ugreen's 100-watt GaN power strip, which caters perfectly with this M2 MacBook Air setup. And the first thing about this
Love Ugreen
that I like is it just looks
been supporting my channel for many years.
They
did not ask me to do this. Oh yes, they did actually.
Ugreen's GaN technology, so really there's no need to hide it under your desk. You can just put it right on top of the desk and it looks great. It also comes with 3 full
now that everyone's asleep. What's up, Greg? Good to see you back.
Oh no, I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? What?
I can't hear myself.
I can hear you. You know, sometimes it's me. You just never know. But nope, I believe it's you this time. Oh, Genosis can hear both of us. Why can't you hear me? So it's your headphones are probably not correctly then.
Hello?
Hello? Hi.
Can I hear you?
Yeah.
So weird.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, we've been having some technical problems the last couple of weeks, so why should this be any different? Why? Why not?
I can hear that.
You can hear me? What? You can't hear me? Oy vey. I mean, you could always go out and come back in.
Hold on.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess it's ironically, it's usually me, but the reason that I have problems on occasion is because I have too many things plugged into my USB, which is kind of funny. I have too many things, and it's actually like literally, I think it overwhelms my computer because of the power draw from everything. And the funny thing is I had a computer built for me on YouTube, as a matter of fact, and I don't know when I'm going to get it, if I ever get it. It's kind of awkward. So it's supposed to be part of a collab video. It was built a couple of weeks back, and I don't know what happens next. I could reach out to them, but it just seems cringe. Like, why should I do that? They came to me with the idea, so I'm like, yeah, I'd love to do this. And then it happened like 3 months late. And I'm like, all right, well, I mean, it's a free computer. What can I complain about? And they put it together on stream, which was cool. That got delayed too, but then, you know, it's cool. It got done. And I haven't heard anything. I don't know. So Greg's going to try to fix his technical problems. We can go back to watching Greg's video again. Let's watch another Greg video. He hates this. This is why I do this. Let's find another Greg's video. Let's see. Greg. Oh, there he is. Wait a minute. Too bad. Just
all right.
Embarrass you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's too bad. I literally was just about to find one of your oldest videos to play next if it took you any longer.
No, don't do that.
So, yeah, I know. I figured that would.
Why would you play those types of videos?
It's punishment, really, for you and for the audience.
Yes. I was trying a new setup at the studio, and I was like setting everything up, obviously. And yeah, so one flaw, and we may have to use the recording of whatever YouTube puts up for it.
Okay.
One flaw apparently overlooked on the Rodecaster Pro 2 is it does not have a 3.5 millimeter jack into it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it just has the big 1/4 inch jacks, you know, like those big headphone jacks. And I do not have one here.
Yeah, I have these adapters.
Yeah, I don't have one here. I have one at my place.
It's the one thing you get from Radio Shack ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but it's so weird because I like like when I use the Rodecaster, I was like, oh, the main output doesn't need it. You just use like the regular 3.5. Cool. And then like I was like looking at the two. I'm like, why'd they get rid of that? That was so cool. But
yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
So
I
what?
mean, we'll both record our ends of the audio. I'll try and sync it, but I may just have to use the scratch.
And if that's the case, actually ask me for it because I'll get it from Restream. It's higher quality.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So maybe I'll just do that anyway and give it to you. That way you don't even have to worry about recording it. Do you want to do that? Okay. Because I think one of the options is to have our audio separate anyway. And then that way, if there's anything.
Look at that.
Shenanigans,
So cool.
I believe.
I'm not used to not hearing myself talk, which kind of sucks. I like to hear myself.
So I am, because remember, I've got to.
I know you have the Bluetooth.
Yeah, so
I'm living in your world. I don't like it. I don't like this.
Weirdly, this is the only broadcast in which I do this. Everything else I can hear myself talking. So it is kind of funny that GadgetCast is the one thing. But yeah, if we play Greg's video, it just gives him more AdSense. Yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing? I should put an ad blocker on.
What are you guys doing?
Well, I have premium, so you get it regardless. Okay, let's do a GadgetCast. Why not?
This stream is held together by glue. I don't know if I'll make it to the end, but we're gonna see.
Do you want to? Do you just want to go like 30 or so minutes then, and then just a little fun after, and then that's it, or what?
Yeah, we keep it short. Also another big overlook by me is I don't have the intro on here as well. Apparently, it's not on this computer, and I didn't have enough time to cut it. So
here's what you do. You sing it. He goes doom 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 doom. You remember? You must do it. I don't remember how the rest of it goes.
Hold on, I'll do it for the fans. Hold on. GadgetCast tweet.
Oh man.
But I did get the Shure SM7B, so now I have two nice
I saw that.
So now I can stream from my home and from here.
I mean, I'm glad you can do that.
I got the Rodecaster and the Rodecaster Pro 2.
I want the Rodecaster 2. I do.
It's going to be such a fun stream. I think you're going to order the Rodecaster Pro 2 after this.
I might. Real quick, do I know about John Prosser from Page Tech? I have an idea, but I'd rather not go into it.
I know everything.
Greg knows everything.
DM me and I'll tell you the whole story.
He only knows part of the story because it actually got worse since the last time I talked to you. It got worse.
For the record, I don't know anything. Okay, I don't want to be involved with any internet drama. I don't know what Travis is talking about. You know what?
Making stuff up.
Oh,
I'm literally making things up.
I have such good things for you, Travis. Like, I could just say that. You want to know what I really think about Sam Cole, Mr. I Update? You want to know? I'm going to air it right here for the pre-show. You really want to know what I think about this guy? God's honest truth. You want to hear it?
I do.
I think Sam is.
Yeah.
Did that work?
It just really was long. It's very long.
Well, I could do about
there you go.
It was a long tirade kind of thing.
You actually need a better sound effect version of that because I think I even have. Let me see. What do I have?
I can't hear the sound effects, honestly.
That's weird. You can't. Because you're not running through your thing. No, I have a sensor beat, but I don't have it on here. But yeah, no, it's not bad. It works okay. Actually, you should do that during the show.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna hit record.
Okay. Are you gonna hit it anyway?
Just in case. Just in
principle. Okay, ready. Here we go.
I'm sure I could sync them together.
Yeah. In GadgetCast. In 3, 2, 1, record.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta sing the intro now, right?
We can both clap real quick. Let's both clap real quick to do it. In 3, 2, 1, clap. Oh my God, you're off.
It's the internet. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's space travel. Yes, this is the GadgetCast. My name is Gregory McFadden in a new place at the same time, but without my usual intro. But I am joined by Travis MCP. So that is all we need for the show.
Wow. Just wow. So can you explain why there was no intro music there and why you were doing that for the people that are listening?
Yeah, so behind the scenes stuff, which is super boring. I actually have two places where I work out of, which is my home, and I also have a dedicated studio, believe it or not. Yeah.
Braggart, braggart.
200,000 subscribers can afford you that apparently. And I haven't really done a streaming setup at the studio yet, and it's been something I've been like really putting off. I actually got a separate Rodecaster Pro 2. That's like their updated version, just so I could have it at the studio. And it's literally been sitting in a box for like I think 3 months, like pretty embarrassing. I recently unboxed it and I was like, this is so cool. And I just knew last GadgetCast, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to have this set up in time to do anything. But I was like, I'm going to have it next week. I want to set all this equipment up and do it from the studio because I was just playing around with some of the effects on the Rodecaster Pro 2. I'm like, I got to use this. This thing's like the coolest thing. But there's some drawbacks to this thing because apparently it doesn't have the right size headphone jack. So I can't even hear myself, which it's a sin. Everyone else gets to enjoy my voice, but I can't. So that's a sin in my book.
One way of thinking of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the proper way of thinking of it. It is one way. I mean,
but listen, we're on a hot 2-week streak. You know, things are bound to go wrong. But we got a pretty good show, right? The iPhone 14 event is coming soon. I want to talk a little bit about next gen consoles and electric cars on the GadgetCast. Can you believe it? Electric cars.
I'm in for all of it. But it is interesting because you got the studio a while back and you only kind of more recently-ish started using it, and now you're using it for a stream. What's the change? What made you finally start to use it more often?
My Mac Studio is in my studio because it's the Mac Studio, and I had a video project that I need to get done for a sponsor, which is like a really good sponsor read, actually. I'm actually really proud of it. I'm proud of a sponsor read. I didn't think I'd ever say that. And I don't know. I just needed to work in here today. Usually I would just drive back to my place and do GadgetCast. And I was like, I don't feel like I got some stuff to do. So I'll stay here and work late on a Sunday.
And the internet's pretty good there. I mean, you're coming in clear, of course, but I mean, generally speaking, is the
seems good. I am running on Wi-Fi though, but there's like a lot of Ethernet ports in here. I just didn't get that set up either. So
no, I mean it looks good.
Hopefully
you're coming through real good. No, I mean it's good, man. It looks good. Happy for you and everything. Okay, so what's first, Gregory?
The first thing that we have to talk about is listen, we got to talk about.
I love how you're just basically stalling to figure out.
Sam Cole, Mr. I Update. I don't want to delve too much into where I live, Travis, but I actually talked to you last, like in our exclusive after show about there's a guy on the internet. He goes by Renders by Ian, very talented 3D artist. And I said, Ian's talked to me before about maybe going out to lunch or something like that. And I was like, maybe I should hit him back up because he mentioned that he lives in New York. I'm pretty close to there. I was like, you know what? Let me see. Let me see what Ian's up to. Maybe we'll go out to lunch or something. I'll get to know this really talented kid. And I set up a meeting with him. I was like, all right, it's gonna go down. I got bumped.
What?
Bumped me.
How?
He said, could we do it another day? I'm meeting up with Sam after he already confirmed it with me.
Well, so this is not the first time he's done something like this to GadgetCast. Here's some secret behind the scenes things that you may not even know. Right?
I probably don't know.
I don't even know if you know this. So remember the game show that I did on my channel for a while?
Yes.
He was going to be one of the first guests on there, but he didn't know what it was about because again, the people who were invited didn't know what it was about. I just told him I want to be in a YouTube video, whatever. He's like, yeah, it'd be cool. We scheduled it up. Everything was cool. And then like a day before he said he couldn't make it. So it's very much in line with that. Of course, once he saw what the show was, he was like, oh, I would really love to do that. Let me know next time you do the show. So it might be that he just does this to GadgetCast. He just really doesn't like us. And he just wants to play with, and maybe he's being instructed by Sam to string us along.
I fully believe that the mastermind behind all of this is Sam. I have no reason to believe Ian has any malcontent towards us as people. Sure. But I will say, Ian, I'm very disappointed. I was looking forward to getting to know you, and who knows if that'll ever happen now? Because now I'm book solid. My schedule's full. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry.
That's
I hope it was worth it. I hope seeing I update was worth it. I hope he gives you a good update.
Well, wait. Well, come to think of it, Sam doesn't live in New York, so he must have been just up to visit or something, huh?
I don't know. I don't know how much I should delve into that. Maybe I'm spoiling his surprise, but
Oh,
maybe.
Okay.
That's a
All
GadgetCast
right.
exclusive, though.
It is.
I'm leaking the leakers. How about
That's
that?
right.
I'm holding the leakers accountable.
Let's leak on the leakers.
And if these leakers think I won't come after them, they got another thing coming. This Genius Bar podcast, they're still on the Roadcaster 1. They can't even do this.
How about that?
Yeah, that sounded just like you came out of the 1960s or 30s, maybe.
How about Sam update his Roadcaster to a Roadcaster 2? Give the people what they want.
Yeah, they'll never give them what they want. They want sound effects and different voices for sure.
They definitely do, Travis.
I think it's funny that you don't know what you sound like.
No.
Because you don't have your headphones in. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's terrible. Raking him over the coals.
What if Ian lied to me? Ryan says Sam lives in St. Louis. What if that was just like what if that was a good excuse? What if that was
But that's what I'm saying. Let's go to his Twitter. Let's go to iUpdate's Twitter. Because if he went to like New York, obviously he would say something about it. Unless he was there to meet some of the larger creators in New York. Just for randomly thing, right? So 3 hours ago, when did this happen? When did this lunch supposedly happen?
I was trying to schedule this last week. So
for this past week that just went by.
For tomorrow.
For tomorrow. So then that means that Sam would actually have to be in New York if he hasn't left yesterday. August 20th. Let's see. So yesterday he has some stuff. He's looking at bags. Gap STL. Why is he going to the Gap? That's suspicious. He's trying shirts.
Who's going to the Gap?
Sam. I'm looking at his Twitter.
Yeah, but I mean, who shops at the Gap anymore?
I didn't know the Gap still existed.
Yeah, I didn't know the Gap even existed.
Yeah.
I'm past that. I'm past the Gap.
I don't know. So it looks like I don't know. Is it a lie? We'll never know.
We might never know the true answer to this
kind of unimportant mystery. Yeah.
Great mystery. I wouldn't say unimportant.
Is it a great mystery?
Great. I would say it's a great mystery.
Anywho, so iPhone 14 in perhaps 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah. So I think the event is supposed to be September 6th or 7th. It seems unclear, but it seems to be that week, which is just about 3 weeks away. I mean, 2 weeks and a day or something.
Well,
like that.
Depending on when you're listening to this audio podcast, which could be literally the day of, sometimes it takes a little while for our audio podcast to get out. But whatever day.
They should be so lucky.
They should be. Ironically, though, we've given it so much time to do well that our audio listens. I don't know if you looked at them lately. Are actually pretty good again. Like, what happened? We don't do
it. They're hungry for the GadgetCast. So when you miss a couple shows, maybe they're replaying just to hear us again. I'd like to imagine a lot of people do that. Just play it twice. Play it once for yourself. Play it another time for your family. Play it another time for your friends. 3 times is what I say.
3 times a lady. Well, okay. Can we talk a little bit about? iPhone 7 was on a Wednesday, September 7th too. If the 14, which we know is going to get announced in September, it's just always the case, right? So if this is the 14 Pro and everything, the one, we talked about this I think even last episode. I'm unsure if I'm probably going to get it just because it gets rid of the notch, right? So that's probably it. I don't know that they're going to show me anything else that's going to make me go, ooh, although they make everything look cool during their presentations. The thing I am concerned about is, first of all, they're not going to have trade-ins like Samsung did for their phones. Samsung was practically giving phones away at one point. Like, look, just take the phone, give us whatever you have. We'll give you $900 for it. Doesn't matter if you just found it yesterday. Just give us whatever you have. You flip phone, doesn't matter. We'll give you too much money for a trade-in. Apple's not going to do that. My concern is, while there'll be some type of decent trade-in, how the hell much is this Pro Max going to be, man? Because that's the one I'm going to get. I'm not going to get anything below that. I'm kind of concerned that it's going to be stupid expensive. And as a barely tech YouTuber anymore, I don't really feel the need to have the latest and greatest. And I don't know that I'm going to want to spend that extra chunk of change. I don't know.
Well, listen, I think you're gonna spend it because why not?
Is that how you spend your money? Because why not? I mean, sometimes.
No, I have to cover this stuff. Unlike some people who aren't tech YouTubers anymore, I am still a tech YouTuber,
That's true.
and I have to cover it. So I'm buying it no matter what. I suppose
I'm going to you for all my reviews of all that stuff. Watch your stuff.
I'm gonna do an exclusive Travis review. I'm gonna just look in the camera and go, Travis, you should buy this phone.
You should at the end of the iPhone 14 Pro Max review. That should be your final thing. And finally, should Travis buy this phone?
The exclusive Travis segment. Should Travis
I demand that
buy
shout
the
out.
phone?
I demand it. I demand you confuse your
I can give you
viewership.
that shout out.
I would appreciate that. I actually would.
Do you think my viewership would be confused if I said Travis buy this? You think they'd go,
some
who's
would.
Travis?
Absolutely, some would. And a matter of fact, we should do an over under how many comments in your comment section will say who is Travis. We should do a contest on GadgetCast for that. And then whoever wins something. I don't know.
What would the people win? An iPhone 14?
I'm not making that YouTube tech money anymore, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
iPhone 14 giveaway, GadgetCast style.
I mean, if you want to, I'm not gonna. I mean, I'll throw in $200 for it. I don't make that money anymore.
200.
Yeah. You can throw the rest in.
That's not what I heard. I heard you're raking in the money. So.
Oh no, that's not happening. That's not happening.
Listen, I think the 14 Pro. I mean, we talked about it last week, so I don't want to rehash too much about that in particular. I think it's going to be an interesting phone. I think it's going to be probably a bigger upgrade than you're expecting year over year.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of camera features, battery life, just some cool design stuff that people are going to want to get it. I think it's going to be a phone that people initially would probably say, I'd skip this year over year upgrade. But based on what I'm hearing about like the rumors for the Pro, I think a lot of people are going to end up getting it. I think the 14, though, is where it struggles because it doesn't really sound like there's too much new there. And that's going to be interesting to see the reaction to that.
I will. I think I've just now decided as we're talking about, I will do a impression / it's not, I don't know if I can call it a review of the 14 Pro Max once it comes out. I'll get it and I'll do a video on it. That way it's a tax write-off. But more importantly,
whoa, hey, I don't know.
More importantly, yeah, I can. What are you talking about? 100% it is. It's 100% legal. What are you talking about? It's legal.
I know it's legal, but you can't let them know.
No, I have to because now I'm going to be
transparent. You can't give the secrets to the IRS. You know?
I'm the transparent tech YouTuber now. No, I will do like some kind of this. This is the reason why I bought this phone, and I was literally going to say it now, but why would I do that now when I can just put it into a video and get the extra 2 or 3 views? By the way, speaking of which, I tried something new yesterday as a test, and then I immediately brought it down. So, as a tech, most YouTubers now, if you use the YouTube mobile app, I don't know if you know this or not, Greg. It's really cool. And you go to your own videos. There is an option to make a short from your own video directly. And when someone sees the YouTube short, they can click into the longer video. That's a new thing, which is actually really cool. I tried my very first short the other day. So I went to one of my Switch videos. It only gave me 15 seconds to work with, which wasn't really enough. But I took the intro of one of my shorts videos, or my Switch videos where I would go, will you stay or change? Or, I think the part that it makes sense for a YouTube short, right? I did it. Within 45 minutes, it had like 1,100 views, which is pretty darn good considering I haven't uploaded in 2 months. Like that was pretty surprising. It was a short shelf very quick. And then it died immediately. And I was like, I wonder why I did that. And I looked and there was a lot of dislikes. And I don't know if it's because the fact that the video wasn't actually meant to be framed like that, or if people expected more of a longer video or whatever, because they only gives you 15 seconds. So it's interesting. I like the idea behind it as a creator, but I wonder if it leads to people making a bunch of shorts that are irrelevant just to take advantage of this new linking feature, which is actually really important.
I think it's probably audience expectations of they thought they would see like a whole video on the Switch thing. It was just in the short. and they didn't want to click in to see more of like a full length video. So they're like, well, I dislike this. This did not answer my question. This did not provide any entertainment or value to me. And
Maybe.
I don't know if YouTube could ever overcome that hurdle of getting people to click on stuff. I feel like that is not happening.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was going to use it quite a bit for some of my older content, but now knowing that the thing is, the feature of it that's interesting is the one thing that's been missing from YouTube Shorts forever, which is to be able to have someone watch a clip of something and then watch that video if they were interested in it. So you want to make like almost like a trailer for it. I thought this was perfect. But because they make it run in the app and you can't upload like a custom trailer that you can make for it and then take advantage of that, it's almost like, well, dang, maybe hopefully they'll they'll add that, because I like the idea behind it. Short form content is ruining society, but that's just my thought.
Yeah. I think I agree. I think it's ruining society, but that's fine.
Yeah.
We're always ruining society.
Yeah.
YouTube ruins society, and then something will come after that. People get older, they think everything new is ruining society,
I just say
it's all fine. It's all fine.
It's all fine. But anyway, okay, so you have to buy not every. So you'll get what? You're gonna get every size of the iPhone. You're gonna get 4 iPhones, aren't you?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
What are you gonna do? Just get the regular
I'm gonna
size?
get I'm trying to decide still if I want the Pro or the Max. I actually got a really cool accessory. I was gonna actually talk about it in the gaming section. I will. I'll talk about it in the gaming section just to tease you.
Yeah.
But I was deciding if I want to go for the Pro Max for more battery life, basically, and the bigger screen, or if I just wanted to do Pro. I have the Pro right now, and I liked it a lot. I like having it be smaller, but I may go Pro Max this time for more battery life.
And then, but you need to get the Max because it's a brand new type of phone.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that too. I'm going to get the 14 Max. I don't really think I need to get the normal 14, especially if it's going to be so similar to the 13. But I would like to get the 14 Max to see if that's actually worth it as the bigger iPhone that isn't a Pro, which would be kind of cool to see.
I think they should bring back the Plus name and not call it Max.
Yeah, it's tricky, right? Like, do they bring back the Plus name? And maybe they will bring that back. Yeah, I think maybe it would be less confusing in the lineup too. I think they should probably at this point, but maybe they don't want to do it from a marketing standpoint because these other names seem to sell well. I think they should just call it iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro. Do you want the one with the bigger screen or do you want the one with the smaller screen kind of thing? I don't know if they should be giving these separate names at this point because it just kind of seems like you go to buy like a MacBook Pro. There's a 14-inch size and a 16-inch size. They don't really call it the MacBook Pro Max.
You want the 6.7-inch one or the 6.1-inch one? Maybe.
But I think from a marketing standpoint, it doesn't make sense because they want to call it something exclusive. They want you to know what it is. So you just go in and buy the most expensive phone or whatever you're looking for.
I just think the first of all, the Plus name was always good. It's not like there's anything bad behind it. And it makes sense because it's the baseline version. So it's iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Plus, Pro Max. Like, I don't know. They probably don't want to go between Max and Pro Max. I get it. Or sorry, Plus and Max, but I don't know. For me, from a consumer level standpoint, every time I see 14 Max, I keep thinking, and I just forget that you have to put the word Pro in there because you've never had to do it before. As soon as you say Max, you mean Pro Max. So now you're teaching us something else.
Yeah, so they might do that from a marketing standpoint too, of like, we don't want to conflate the Pro with this lower end product. We want people going in for the Pro to get the Pro Max. So we'll call it the Plus. And I think there's a good chance it could be called Plus. I don't disagree with that. I've seen a lot of people call it the Plus instead of the Max. I just think people are calling it Max in the naming scheme right now, just because that's the current terminology that Apple uses.
Well, the other thing is, we should probably quickly mention for people who are wondering, like if you have the 13 series of phones, should you upgrade to this? I think the general consensus is going to be no for the most part. And then the thing, remember we did like last year or something where we did that listing of phones when you should upgrade. Maybe we should do that again later this year after this has been announced and we've played around with it. We should do another list of when you should upgrade. What's the earliest phone you should upgrade for?
We did an iPhone tier list.
Yes.
And then a couple months after that, Snazzy Labs made an iPhone tier list video. And that guy stole my video or that stream, but he probably didn't. I'm just saying he did make the same thing we did basically.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was interesting.
Well, I mean, that happens to us quite a bit, actually. We had a podcast first.
Yeah,
Only other
yeah.
person, only other tech podcast that ever existed. MKBHD came out with one. I Update came out with one. Luke Miani came out with one. I mean, we are kind of trendsetters. I get it. I totally get it.
I get it. I
It's
totally
fine.
get it. We got to do it first, and other people do it second. So I'm gonna cancel the Gadget Cast, and then let's see how many other podcasts just
That's
cancel
right.
after. Then
That
we
would be
come
great.
back.
Then we come
back. Yeah. It's
like,
like a fake,
we got you.
yeah. Like once all the other podcasts cancel, we just like emerge, like ready.
We're
Like,
out.
okay,
Got
we're
you,
in.
suckers.
We're back in. We're back in.
Psych. Please say psych. Okay. So,
So-
14 we'll talk more about in a couple of
Yeah.
weeks. Whatever.
We should also mention, because we haven't talked about like these other things that might come. There might be a new Series 8. Might be interesting. See if Apple. I think the most interesting thing with the Series 8 at this point, I feel like the Apple Watch, it's kind of hard to get like super excited for, because you kind of look at it in its current state and it's like, does it need to be more powerful? Not really. Like you really aren't using things for it where your power is a necessity. And I feel like it's pretty much fast enough at this point, unless they're going to develop new software to take advantage of it. But the thing that always intrigues me are like these health sensors, which are always kind of cool, like whenever they announce a new one. And the big rumor for this year is that they might do like a body temperature sensor, which I feel like is pretty important, right? Like you're constantly being able to monitor your body temperature. And then if Apple can implement that in a smart way, and they can like basically detect like, hey, you are starting to show signs of a fever, maybe take it easy or something like that. I think that's kind of cool, because sometimes like it just kind of like catches up on you and you don't even realize like you're sick until you're like really sick. And it would be kind of cool to just kind of like get that warning of like, you might be sick. Oh,
What? Can you hear me still?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know why.
This is an improvement for the audio listeners. Travis's camera just cut out.
Sorry. Keep talking.
So I think that's cool, like a body temperature sensor. And I wonder if they could use that in different ways besides like the traditional way of like measuring it if you're sick. I wonder if they could use that maybe in workouts too, to kind of see if like you're overexerting yourself, to see if maybe you should take a rest, or pair that with your heart rate to maybe see how many calories you're burning for more accurate calorie tracking. I think there's maybe some other stuff they could do if they know your internal body temperature that I just think could just apply to like a lot of different aspects of health.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to have to be that sort of, well, you can always improve battery life. Like that's the one thing that people see value in. It's good enough. It gets you through a day. In some instances, closer to 2. I don't think I can go 2 though. Like pretty sure if you wore the watch from wake up all the way through the night, I don't know that you're getting to the next night. I don't think so.
I can't
Um,
get 2 days out of it. So
Yeah. So they still
So,
have a ways to go in that. As far as power goes, you're exactly right. Like, what am I doing? Am I playing Minecraft on my watch? Probably not.
Yeah.
So, like, the processor itself is probably fine. Better battery efficiency, and then some of these extra health features would be really good. I don't know what else they can really do health wise when it's just sitting on your skin. I mean, there's probably some things, but remember they were talking about there was a rumor a year or so ago about like feeling your stress and stuff, and whatever
yeah,
that was,
yeah.
Like, I mean, I
with
don't know.
anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that's really a thing or not, and if it is cool, I guess. I mean, I love the Apple Watch as I've mentioned before. Like, it's great or whatever. But I mainly just use it for like notifications and stuff. Well, I do use it also for Apple Fitness when I do that from time to time. But yeah, battery life to me is the only thing that's really kind of
Well-
left besides designs.
Well, would you be interested in an Apple Watch Pro that had longer battery life?
It depends, man. I'm not spending $1,000 on a smartwatch. I never will. Forget about that. There's just no. They're already too expensive.
Crush.
To be honest, like
Crush.
I look at like a smartwatch as primarily, not the only thing, but primarily a notification thing. Right.
Mhm.
And then secondarily, if I need to take a quick phone call like I did earlier today, and then tertiary, like health stuff. Although I might say the secondary is health stuff and then tertiary is the phone thing. So I just don't place $1,000 in that when there's a ton of other options out there for a lot less. If it's a really nice looking watch and it looks great, I mean, 300-ish is kind of that. You're starting to push it after that. Like I might go 350. I don't really want to go 400. I might wait for it to drop to 350 if it's really nice, right? Anything beyond that, I'm like, if there's a need for it, I don't have that need. I personally don't have that need. So for me, I just, it's not even on the table. It's just not on the table for me.
Yeah. I hope the rumors of it being $1,000 aren't true, but either way, it's still going to be like $800 or something, which is very expensive. They already sell Apple Watches that are that price point that don't do anything different. They just have like a different material on them. So I would like to see that Pro Watch replace that, right? Give you more for your money and then do some like exclusive features. The current rumors is that it's actually going to be like bigger. I don't know how much bigger they can make these things before they start looking a little ridiculous, but it's apparently going to be bigger. And a bigger watch is like a bigger smartphone. It means more room inside of it, so it means a bigger battery too. And there's like some rumors that the Series 8 would have like a low power mode that would be different than the one it has now, where it's basically like useless. It just kind of like shows you the time. It would be a low power mode that like cuts down on like a lot of like the background processing, but really tries to extend the battery life for like really like multi-day battery life. So I wonder if that, even if it comes to the regular watches, maybe could be enough for maybe 2, maybe 3 days of battery life. Or with like a Pro Watch, like if they put a bigger battery in it, like how long could they realistically extend that with like a new low power mode? It would be interesting to see. I just wonder like how much of the experience is going to be lost if they introduce a mode like that, because I really like the Apple Watch for how capable it is. And I might not use all those capabilities like every day, but it is
Right.
kind of nice to know, like, yeah, like I was thinking about it the other day. It's like, so if you have a cellular version of this, you can really kind of do, and you wouldn't want to do it like you want your phone because it's a much better experience, but you can really do a lot with this thing. You can message people, you can call people, you get all your notifications. There's like third party apps to go on Twitter. There's a YouTube app on the Apple Watch now.
There is.
Yeah. There's a lot you can do with this thing that's like on your wrist. And
Hmm.
it's kind of like it's almost like quietly gotten to that point where it's kind of like overlooked of like this thing can really do a lot of things. Like the latest ones have like the keyboard on them and everything. You could do a lot on these Apple Watches now. So I like having all that capability. And if a low power mode means like, yeah, you can see the time and your activity rings and but you can't use cellular, you can't message. Like that's gonna be like, well, okay. It's a very stripped down experience. But I'm hopeful. They have like the processors, like apparently like the low power processors are pretty capable. So it'll be interesting to see how much capability they can squeeze out of it while still giving you like multi-day battery life.
Yeah, it's all about trying to figure. And again, I think it comes from a different SoC than what they're using currently. It probably comes from something that's a little bit more, um, up to date, something that's less power hungry. Because you don't need a whole bunch of processing power for this thing to begin with. And I really think that battery life is the biggest area of improvement for the watch, even though it's not a bad current battery life. There just are better ones out there. And if you're going to continue to have new products every year, to me, that's the easy one. Well, I don't know if it's easy to do, but it's the easy one to pick out as a place to improve. Now,
Yes,
Greg,
definitely.
what is this thing about next gen consoles? I'm already happy with what I have. And it's,
Wait,
are you
I
talking
want
about
to touch on one
Oh.
more thing before you go.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
It's
Because
not-
you got me worried here. You got me worried. Okay, go ahead.
So another big rumor, which I thought was cool in a way, I think this would be a nice upgrade, is one thing we usually used to recommend a lot was like that budget iPad.
Oh,
That
yeah.
329 iPad. I don't know if that's coming at this event or like an October event, but it's going to be like this fall. And the rumors are it's actually going to get like the redesign. Now, it's still going to have like big bezels, apparently. I think it's still going to have like the home button, but it's going to be like flat. So I think it can put like the Apple Pencil 2 on it, and it's going to get USB-C. So it's going to be
Wow.
much more like a regular computer than we've seen like that basic iPad B. And I think that's going to be like 300 if they keep that price point, which I really hope they do, 329. If they upgrade it, new chip, USB-C, the second gen Apple Pencil, maybe give like the keyboard with the trackpad, just put it on there because it's flat now. You could literally use the same accessory. Dude, that thing would be amazing. Like it would be very hard to even recommend stepping up to like the iPad Air at that point. Maybe a
Sonny's
Pro.
saying- Yeah. Sonny's saying that it's going to launch, which makes sense, at the same time as iPad OS, which I think we kind of know has been pushed back. I think is the current. Is that?
I would
that's the
assume
last thing I
that.
heard.
Yeah, I would assume that.
That's the last thing I heard. In which case, that makes sense. If they remove the 3.5 millimeter head jack from that iPad, that would be interesting. Not. I mean, not terribly surprising, I guess. Is it on the iPad Air?
No.
So then, yeah.
It sounds like they're basically going to use like an iPad Air body
Yes.
with like bigger bezels and then get rid of like the headphone jack. Hopefully that means if they're doing that, maybe they put a little bit more budget into the speakers, like have it fire out of two sides. I feel like that's like a major weak point with that iPad, but man, like the value for that thing is like, it's always been insane. It's just always had that dated design. So if they like update that a little bit, I don't know. I think that'll be really cool. Like I would really struggle to think at that point because I've been like pretty down on the iPad recently. I know you use it all the time, but like I've been more down on it.
Okay. I don't use it all the time because I don't edit anymore, but I still
Right.
love it. I still love it though.
Right.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I just mean for like my work. Like I've been trying to like do like more iPad stuff when I was like doing my reviews, and I always just like come back to the Mac. And a lot of the things that I used to love the iPad for, like really good battery life, like the thermal situation, that all changed when Apple did Apple Silicon. So a lot of the things I used to like use my iPad for, it's kind of like I kind of have that in my Mac now. So it's kind of like, okay, I kind of don't necessarily always need an iPad. So I almost think like maybe I would just pick that up as like an iPad and then just use that.
Yeah.
But I do run a tech channel, so it's probably that's probably never going to happen. So
I mean, you're probably just going to get it anyway.
I will. I mean, I'll
review.
I mean, I'll get it, but like I think like I'm like, well, if I was trying to like pare down my purchases, I think I'd just get that,
Right.
and then my MacBook, and then, but then I'm like, well, I probably have to review my iPad Pro. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean the M2 iPad Pro, which I think they might just do like an iPad event or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't see how they squeeze. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they do squeeze it all in with the iPhones because they do tend to do iPads and iPhones same time.
The only thing that makes me think that maybe we'll see this iPad announced, I'm not saying released, I'm saying announced at the September event, because I think they do want to ship it with that iPad OS. I think it's going to be delayed, but they've announced stuff in the past and then shipped it in the future.
Yep, sure.
I think they might want to announce it at this event because right now it's only iPhone, Apple Watch, maybe AirPods, not a big event. And these are going to be using like A14 chips or something like that. They're not going to be using M2 chips. And I think for October, they want to go, here's our M2 product line, M2 iPad Pros, M2 Mac Mini, M2 laptops and stuff. So I think that is I feel like if you throw the basic iPad into that event, it's kind of like, what are we doing? That's kind of weird. So I would assume, I'm going to say it on the record. I think we'll see that iPad announced at September event, but I don't think it'll ship until October.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think you're absolutely right.
Didn't they do that? They did that with the iPad Air last year. Didn't they do that? They announced like the M1 iPad Air.
They did something like that
for like a month. Like
they did do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly what it was.
I remember that. Yes.
It makes sense. I hate to admit this.
It makes sense.
You make sense. You make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Actually, right. AirPods Pro 2 are the thing I'm kind of looking forward to as well, because those are rumored to get some like pretty big improvements. And then like the coolest thing to me is apparently they're going to put like little speakers in the case. So like if you like misplace them, you can just like play a sound through there. That is the top thing I misplace now. It's not my keys anymore. It's my AirPods. I'm just like, where'd I put those things? And it's like always like somewhere random. Like I just like put it like on like a top shelf somewhere and I forgot about it.
Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to that.
So true. So true.
All right, Travis.
Yes.
Next gen, baby. Xbox, not good.
Next box.
Next box. Then we got an exclusive leak. Hold on.
Do we?
Oh, no.
We have an exclusive leak on the next box.
Okay.
No, we don't.
We don't? Oh, crap.
No.
I was excited.
No. I wanted to talk about kind of like apparently like these next gen consoles are getting easier to get, but we're almost on the 2-year. I think in November we're on the 2-year anniversary of all these the PS5 and the Series X being released, and it's still hard for people to get one, which is strange,
Weird.
right? 2
Well, I
years
mean, chip
later.
shortage definitely has a lot
Chip
to do with
shortage.
that.
But
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, if we're going like normal console cycle,
yeah,
like, it's
it's
crazy.
never before seen.
But it's improving slightly. Like, there's a story out saying like the story for this was funny to me because it was the wait times between ordering a console, like before they immediately sell out, is shrinking. So it's not that they aren't selling out, Travis. It's that the time that they're up for order it's increasing. So you maybe have a chance to get one. They're not going to sell out the second they go up. How do
Well,
you
that's
feel about
one way of looking at it. I mean, yeah, you might still be able to get it if you're paying attention to the internet while you're at work. You still maybe might get one. Listen, I love mine. I absolutely adore it. It's been a lot of fun.
Can
It is just very.
can I do something unorthodox?
Go ahead, do it.
Can I leave the set for a second?
Okay, go ahead. I'll
Hold on.
talk it
I'll
through.
be right back.
I personally, so the thing is, when I got the Xbox Series X, it's one of the first times I didn't have both consoles, the PlayStation and Xbox. I knew because my game time availability during the course of the day was going down, so I just had to pick one. So I picked with Xbox. I'm really glad I did. Game Pass makes it worthwhile. But I didn't know, of course, no one really knew at the time that, what was going to happen with the pandemic and chip shortages and everything was going to be crazy. I knew it was going to be hard to get it first. I managed to get one really early on, thank goodness. But I'll tell you right now, I would have never have guessed it lasted this long. Plus, I think it's going to slow down any kind of upgraded version of this because they did the mid-gen Pro and Series, or sorry, X Pro and Xbox One X before. And if they were thinking of doing that, which they still might, obviously that's going to be pushed, I would think, back a little bit. We've seen entire product launches for other companies and other things get pushed back because of the chip shortages and stuff. So they have not been one to avoid. It seems like Apple seems to get away with stuff. I mean, they listen when they released all the Macs and stuff. It did take a long time to get a Mac, but
It's true.
no one is impervious to like the chip shortages. But it seems like some companies are, I don't know, they're greasing the right palms or something.
Yeah.
You greasing that palm?
Travis, we've talked about cloud gaming on here before and
Yeah.
some stuff like that. Like, is cloud gaming the future? Is it ready? What is like the best gaming experience? Travis, have you ever heard of the Backbone?
No, I mean, I've heard of a Backbone, but not the Backbone.
The Backbone.
Oh, that's
You heard of
cool.
this?
No,
Yeah.
who makes
So
it?
this Backbone.
Okay, so the audio podcast listeners are like, what? Okay, what is happening right now?
I held up a mobile controller that has like a lightning port at the end of it.
Oh,
This is an official licensed one by PlayStation. This just came out like I think like a couple weeks ago or a month ago.
Oh.
And the cool thing is PlayStation has a feature. Does Xbox have this feature? They have like a cloud thing, right, where you can play anywhere basically.
Mm-hmm.
So PlayStation has like remote play, where basically you can just access your PlayStation anywhere. Is that what Xbox does? Same
Yep.
thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, with this, I could just take my iPhone. Should I do a live demo? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. I take my iPhone, you just plug it in there,
Okay.
and this becomes basically a portable PlayStation 5.
Wow, that's cool.
I'm not even in my house like we established in this show.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm. So I am
And you're pulling
gonna
up your games?
I'm gonna connect to my PlayStation. So I'm over here. I can
Okay.
hit my PlayStation, which does take a little bit when you're like, I'll use mobile data. That's fine. Oh no!
I'm just giving you more video space. Yeah.
I thought you went out. I'm like, oh no, what did I do? So I'm connecting to the house PlayStation right there. We're gonna see.
Currently nothing to see yet. I mean, it's still trying to connect. This is a great demo, Greg. Sony should actually probably sponsor you for this. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, Backbone. You have my number. You have my number, Backbone, if you want to sponsor me.
Do
The
they, though?
linking, the linking does take a while, but it makes sense. It's trying to find
Yeah,
your
of course.
PlayStation. It's trying to turn it on. It's doing this all through the internet, which is crazy. Like,
Still amazing.
dude, it is amazing. It's probably not gonna work now. Oh, look at this. Oh wait,
Did it work?
I should turn my volume down. I don't know.
Did it work?
Look at this. It worked. Look at that. Look at that. I have my PlayStation What am I playing right now? I'm playing Yakuza. Look at that.
Very cool. Not something we have. Well, I think the one difference here is from like game, Game Pass's cloud service is that you're playing games on your PC, on your PlayStation, which you can do on Xbox as well now. Actually, I play a lot of games on my PC in my house through the web browser or through the app, and then to my Xbox. But this is nice because it's a controller, and it's specifically for the iPhone.
Yeah.
It was a lightning adapter. Which is
Yeah,
great.
has a lightning adapter, has all the PlayStation buttons. You can actually just use this as like an iPhone controller too for like iPhone games, which is great. I don't know. I've been using this. I've been like really kind of enjoying like the experience because one of the things I hate about mobile games is it's always like, oh, you have to like use touch controls, and I just like never enjoy a game when I'm using touch controls. So I thought this was really cool. I know there's like other things like you can literally just take like a PlayStation controller and like Bluetooth connect it to like this or like your iPad. Even like the Mac has this client where you could just kind of do that. But having it on like your phone and like always being able to access it is like really cool. So I've been like just taking like this with me and I've been like playing it a lot. It even works pretty well on like 5G cellular. It's impressive.
Nice. No, I like it.
There's like
I like it.
there's like a little latency where I would probably not recommend you play like certain types of games, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like I wouldn't do like anything like online like shooter stuff. I think that's just like too fast paced. Like you're gonna be at a disadvantage. But like any like sort of like RPGs or stuff like that, it works really well. Like it's almost like sometimes you can't even tell the difference of like that it's like not connected to the console like right next to it. It's cool.
I like it. Yeah, especially if you're like out and about. Yeah, you definitely don't want to do like competitive Call of Duty on it. But
No,
yeah,
no,
other
no,
than
no,
that,
no.
yeah. Other than that, you might get a good game in.
It still has a way to go. I know there was a lot of talk about PlayStation 4 and Xbox One being the last console generation. I remember all the articles that came out. They said this was the last console generation because next consoles are going to all be cloud connected and you're not going to need to buy a console anymore. You're just going to connect to a server and play a game that way. That was like the big story. And it's like, wow, is this really the last time you'll be able to buy a console? And
I don't know.
and
It should be, but I doubt it.
that technology didn't come out of, I mean, it was out, but it didn't work in a way that was reliable enough to really do that.
Yep.
And people are kind of saying the same thing with this generation. Is this the last console generation? And I don't know. I still don't know. Like, again, I think like certain aspects of it work really well. There's like games I play on here where it's like, I can see this totally replacing it. But then you go and load up like Call of Duty and you try and play that. And it's like, okay, this is nowhere near to being close to actually replacing it. So it's cool technology, the way it all works and stuff. I just wonder if they'll ever be able to get the latency down to a point where it feels like you're playing completely connected to the main console.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they'll get closer. 5G will help. That's one of the things about 5G that we're still not really realizing yet is the latency improvement. But that would help quite a bit. But speaking of like technology and stuff, since actually we've gone longer than we thought we were, what's this thing that you want to talk about electric cars? What's this all about? You getting one?
I really want one. Really want one. They're a lot of money. They're a lot of money.
But you kind of save it over. Well, listen, gas is expensive as hell now, so you're gonna save that money real quick.
You know, that was my argument. I was really going into this like, man, the gas is so expensive, but gas in my area has been like coming down. What's like gas in your area? What are you paying?
I mean, I rarely leave the house. Let's see what it is right now. Gas in my area. I mean, it was pretty bad. Gas prices.
This is the live gadget cast where we talk about gas prices. It was almost like $5 a gallon by me. Like it
was more than that here.
Ago. Oh,
yeah, it's so the regular current average is just $4.99 and mid is $5. It's down from what it used to be.
Our gas, I mean, I paid like $3.79 the other day.
Oh my God, must be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we let's see what like closer to Seattle is. Yeah, so regular is $4.96, premium is $5.35. Yeah. And a month ago was 536 with the premium being 579.
All right.
575.
Does your state have like a good? Do they have like a special tax tax thing for like
For
electric
electric?
cars?
I think there's a federal one, and then yeah, I mean, I'm sure there is. I would love to.
So
Would love
our
to.
state just passed a thing where they will give you $4,000 to buy an electric car.
Yeah, I think that does exist.
And if you buy certain types of electric cars, it depends because they can get out of this. I think Teslas don't even have this anymore. You can get a $7,500 tax credit. Now, I looked into the
Oh.
tax credit, and what it sounds like is basically the only way you can get that tax credit is if you owe money by the time you file your taxes. So it's not
Oh.
like I paid all my taxes. Here's 7,500. Apparently, it's only a credit if you have to pay money.
Interesting. Which you
However-
do, right?
Yeah, but I pay. Oh my god, I don't know. Do I want to get into this? I pay my taxes every quarter.
Oh.
So by the end of the tax season, I'm usually the government usually owes me money by the end of it because I usually overestimate. But there's 2 more quarters. If I wanted to take advantage of this, I guess I could not pay, and then I would get the tax credit, which feels weird to me. Like, okay.
It feels weird. The government does worse stuff than that to us.
Yeah,
No,
but it's such a weird thing where I'm just like, so I don't pay, and then I get it.
I mean, I could tell you a whole story about telling someone.
I know. It's all like a bureaucracy of stuff that like doesn't make sense sometimes, but whatever. So $7,500 tax credit on top of a $4,000 thing that my state will give me, and that's pretty good. So the current, I think we're both into Hyundai cars, right? Like you have one.
Say that again.
You have a Hyundai?
I have a Hyundai Tucson.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really nice. It's really
yeah.
nice.
I have a 2018. So I like that a lot. Have you seen their electric cars? They are really doing good.
Hyundai is on another level. This is why I bought a Hyundai, because they have really done some amazing things, and I wanted to get wireless. I want to get a CarPlay thing. I should show you my new CarPlay thing. It's wireless and it does Android and everything. It's incredible. Anyway, I got it for that. Now, when I went to get it, there was a hybrid version, and then I think they were going to come out with an electric version of the one that I got, the SUV, the Tucson, which is amazing. It's 2022, but you couldn't get them, and I didn't really want to wait. I probably should have. And since then, even though those were like amazing, I'm like, yeah, I do want to get that. Should have done that. Their electric stuff, actually their cars in general are they're on another level. Like someone went over there and kicked everyone into gear and like, look, it's time to make this company badass. And they are badass. They are, they're even their entertainment center thing, which is one of the reasons I ended up again going with them. Not just because it has like CarPlay and stuff, which is great, but even the stock system is great. It's fantastic. I'm really impressed with them. And right now, if I were to get another car, which I don't see me, listen, I've had this car for a year. I have 3,500 miles on it. I don't go anywhere.
Wow.
But
you could probably sell it for the price you bought.
I probably could. At this point, like it's like, what am I doing? But if I were to look out there, Hyundai would be at top of my list. Top of my list, 100%.
Yeah, no, like I know everyone's like, oh, I want a Tesla. And I really don't want to get a car without Apple CarPlay. Teslas don't have CarPlay.
Which is weird.
Yeah, I just don't want that. And after Apple showed off that cool concept of like the new CarPlay where it takes up all the screens, like the new Hyundais, they have like that almost exact interface.
I have that. I have that screen.
Yeah.
I got so excited when I saw that CarPlay thing, and then realized when I read into it later that by the time that comes out, they probably won't backfill it into my 2022, which I'm like, that's BS. Because I have that. I was like, oh my God, I have that.
Yeah, but I was almost tempted to go to the dealer and maybe get the Ioniq 5, which is an SUV. I think Gary, the everyday dad, has that car. He likes it a lot. Yeah. So that one looks like super cool. But there's another one coming out because I currently drive a sedan and I kind of don't want to go to an SUV. But the Ioniq 6, which is a sedan, is supposed to come out early next year, I think. And that car looks super cool. It looks, I look at like the specs of it. I look at like how it's like styled. I think it looks way cooler than like a Model 3. And
Ioniq
look
6,
up the Ioniq 6. Yeah. I mean, if you could share a screen, you could pull it up.
I will.
Yeah. I think it looks like such a cool little car.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see images. Okay, let me pull this over here. And for the people that are watching GadgetCast live, which you should be doing, youtube.com/GadgetCast. Here is what we're looking at. Which one of these is the right one? I guess all these, right? So this one right here.
Just go to their website. Just go to their website. They have like a whole thing.
Hold on. This thing right here, huh?
Yeah. If you go to their official website, they have like all like the interior and stuff. Looks so cool.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Travis, what's the law of buying a car and reviewing it? Like, what's the tax write-off situation there?
You can do it. You can do it. What are you talking about? You can do it. Of course, it's a tax write-off.
You can write off.
Plus,
the
you can
whole
use it as
thing.
it's a tax write-off if you're using it for your business.
Yeah.
Look at this. Yeah, this looks exactly like the thing that Apple said. So this is definitely getting it.
I think this would definitely get it. Yeah.
100%. This thing's getting it. I mean, and look at the inside of this thing.
It looks really, so good.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good looking car. I know, again, for the audio listeners, they're not getting a lot.
Teslas at this point, I used to like really want a Tesla, and I would still like take a Tesla, honestly. I think they're cool cars. They're getting so popular to the point now where I see a lot of like Model 3s on the road now. And it's almost like because there's so many of them, I'm kind of just like,
it's not interesting.
This car's kind of boring now. Like I see so many Model 3s. I'm just like, okay. But this thing, I feel like I'm going to be like the only person driving this thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. It's like, it's slick, and I like what Hyundai's doing. I really do. Not a car guy, but
same. I'm not. I don't care about cars like one bit, but like this car, like I'm excited for it. So I don't know. I mean, I would kind of want to do a review on it too, I think, because it is really exciting just because how much like tech is poured into these cars now. And that's the stuff that excites me. I don't really care like how fast it goes.
Didn't Jomo just do a review of one of these?
He did. He did the Hyundai. He did the Ioniq 5.
So next time we go up there, man, we should talk to him about it and see how he got all that worked out and see if you can do one of those. Like, remember, I did a thing with Alexis along like 2 years ago. They would let me drive a car around and just tweet about it. Remember?
I know a lot of tech people that actually get offers to like do like these car stuff all the time. I should probably just reach out and be like, hey,
hello. Yeah. Look, I'm Greg from Greg's Gadgets.
I got 235,000 subscribers. Do you want to be on the Greg's Gadgets channel?
You should want that. That's the thing you should want.
You should want that.
Do
you want me to crash your Ioniq 6 because I don't know how to drive and you're on the hook for it?
Do we know how much that thing's going to go for?
No, they haven't announced the price. I'm hoping because it's a sedan and non-SUV, it would be cheaper. But they're saying like a similar price to the Ioniq 5, which isn't bad though, because I think the Ioniq 5 starts around like 40,000.
Reasonable for what it is.
For an electric car is not bad.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens if Greg becomes a true tech YouTuber by buying an electric car. That's what you need to do. That's the last thing you need, because you have your studio, you have your play button, you do sponsored videos, you have the plants on your desk, you have all the Macs and Apple. So you're definitely the typical tech YouTuber. All you need is electric car is all you need to fulfill.
I just want to sell out. Typical tech YouTuber.
You should do it. It pays well. I do want to show the GadgetCast group here that's here on YouTube something. I want to give them a little special something. So for the audio podcast listeners, we thank you so much. Definitely continue to download the past episodes. I know we haven't been around here much, but we're back a little bit now. If you missed last week's, make sure you check it out. We talked about foldables, and that was quite a conversation. But yeah. So in the meantime, you should definitely go watch Greg's channel because he's actually doing stuff. I'm in the middle of finishing negotiations on a sponsored video, so I'll do at least that, and then I'll probably do the iPhone 14 Pro Max kind of. I don't want to call it a review because I feel like it's not going to be a review. It's going to be my impression, my thoughts on it, like a couple days after it comes out. So I'll have at least 2 videos on the primary channel, but the new channel will have launched by the next time we do GadgetCast. So I'm excited about that. Everyone, then, thank you so much for joining GadgetCast. I think he's still Greg. I've always been Travis. This is GadgetCast. All right.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm talking to my editor actually right now. So we completed. I say we. He edited most of it, but I did give some feedback on parts of it. We completed the first 2 videos. I'm launching with 3 videos next Saturday. I'm telling GadgetCast because GadgetCast is the group, man. That's our group, man. These are our homies and homettes, if that's a thing. And I figured why not share a little clip of one of the videos, just the tail end. I actually shared part of this clip on Twitter a couple of weeks back. And what's interesting is, so this is the end of what will be the second video. I don't really want to talk about what it is yet. I'm being very secretive. I probably don't need to be at this point because we're literally like a week away, but I'm going to be. So this is the very end of the video. And I remember talking to my editor and he put together this really cute little thing that Nathan was in. And I'm like, I kind of want that in the video, but it never was in the video. So I said, what if we end the video and then as one of those kind of Easter egg things, put it in there? And I just know that a lot of people are going to miss this because it's a long fade out. So people are going to click off the video. So I figured, why not show GadgetCast the actual little teaser bit at the end? It's a cute little thing. It's like 7 or 8 seconds. Maybe no, it's 11 seconds. Not that big of a deal. Kind of gives you an indication of what's going on, and it's cute. And it's Nathan. I love Nathan, who, by the way, has been struggling with some balance issues lately. But this was before all that. So let's why don't you want to watch this, Greg?
Yeah.
Let me turn these things off so that everything gets bigger. Let's see. Can I turn us off? Is that how that works, or do I just do this? We can be in the corner. Yeah, I gotta move us out of the way. So that's the tail. That's the little, what do they call it? Stingers or whatever Marvel does. That's my version of like a Marvel.
It's the end credit scene. You
Yeah,
got the end credit scene.
It's the end credit scene. So that is the end credit scene of the second video. And the third one's being edited right now. Hopefully it'll be done in time. We'll find out. Anywho, what are you doing next, Greg? You getting ready to have some dinner?
Yeah, I guess I got to eat something. I don't know. I'm almost at my calorie limit. I don't know what to do.
Caloric limit.
Starve myself. Yeah, I'm at my caloric limit. I hit the gym this morning. Feel good.
Oh, you're back. You're still doing the muscle thing. How are your muscles looking? Are you
looking good.
Hold on. Let me move out of the way. Let me move out of the way. You can flex.
Muscle
you can
update. Muscle update. Yeah, I don't want to flex. I feel
flex. Damn it.
Yeah, look at that. You wish.
That's pretty good, Greg. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually pretty impressive. I'm not
yeah.
I'm not hating.
Look at these. You didn't see that in California, yeah. I don't know. There we go. Yeah. That's
wow, Greg. What is going on here, Greg?
Sam, for my update, you don't want any of this, buddy. Let me tell you.
Dang, what are you doing to get arms like that? What kind of exercise are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing the bench press. I'm doing dumbbell curls. I'm doing tricep pull downs. I'm doing deadlifts. I'm doing squats.
Wow, really?
Doing hyper extensions. I'm doing it all, man. I'm doing it all.
You have lost your mind.
Yes, I have. Yeah,
no, his legs shake, Bob, but lately he has something, I believe, called vestibular disease, which is essentially like vertigo, and just randomly he starts to have balancing issues, and it's kind of scary. So I have to like follow him everywhere. Allegedly, it goes away in a couple weeks. This is going into his second week, so I'm a little concerned, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, don't mess with Greg. The channel be Greg's Biceps. There you go. You can have a fitness channel called Greg's Biceps.
Nah, I already joked around with that with my friends. They said you should start a fitness channel, and then you want to know what the name is? You want to know what the name is?
What is it?
This is GadgetCast exclusive, just because I like the GadgetCast people. You ready for this? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Greg's Gains.
Oh, okay. That actually makes sense.
That Gains? Yeah,
it's not bad. Are you using the S or the Z at the end?
It's a good question. Yeah. We'll do Z. Greg's gains
with a Z.
with a Z.
Genosis does. I believe so. It's scary because you can see him having actual, and he doesn't know what's going on. What makes it most scary? Well, I don't know. You might think of it as good. Is that otherwise when he's not having the issue, he's fine. Like he's in perfect kind of spirits. He loves his food. Like everything's fine. But the problem is he likes to hop around and run and all this other stuff. But at any moment he could have that thing where all of a sudden he could fall over. So I basically have to either keep him laying down or follow him around. And it's been very stressful the last week and a half. It's just a lot of stress. So I think he does feel it, but he has no idea what it is. 100% doesn't know. Just like Greg doesn't know what's going on with his arms. Like he has them and he's like, I don't know how this happened. It just kind of.
Oh, I know how it happened.
Oh, you were there for every bit of it, huh?
Yeah. That was months of dedication just to get a little bit of definition in my arms. I need to start I don't know. I'm going to start taking some illegal stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go. Do it.
I would never do that. Why not?
Steroids. Who cares? For what? What's the difference? You're not going into competition. Who cares?
What difference?
Yeah.
It's bad for you.
Is it?
Yeah. Steroids.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on? I'm a natural. Get out of here. I can't believe you encouraged that. That was a joke.
No, I'm just for
I'm
you.
all natural. I'm all natural.
All natural. Okay.
Yeah. Plus, causes hair loss, so I can't do that.
Yeah, well, I don't have to worry about that.
I got a beautiful head of hair.
For now, Greg.
Forever.
For now.
Forever.
For now.
Yeah.
All right, look, everyone. I'm going to let Greg get back to doing what he's doing, and I want to talk to him real quick. So, everyone, have a great rest of your week. Hopefully, we'll see you next week. That's terrible, Greg. I'm going to get Trenton to look at this. Genosis, can you send Trenton a clip of this last, 5 minutes and make sure that Trenton makes a bunch of GIFs and stuff? Especially with the arm bicep thing.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's
Genosis,
personal.
immediately.
That's GadgetCast personal.
Send it.
I
Find
trust
the
you,
timestamp.
Genosis. Genosis, I trust you.
Timestamp it, Genosis.
Genosis, I trust you.
Do it, Genosis, right now.
I trust you. I will block you. I will block you.
No, you won't.
Trenton
no, you won't.
too, just so I won't see it ever.
Nope.
I'll block everyone I know. I'll block Travis too.
You probably would.
I'll block everyone.
We'll talk to you next week.